Ever since Donald Trump returned to power following the 2024 presidential elections in the United States, there were expectations created around the possibility of certain changes in the U.S. geopolitical stance over um, certain hotspots, such as the Gaza Strip and Iran. And this came mostly from the fact that he had a higher public support and also the Republican majority in Congress. Unfortunately, this position, these ideas never came to pass in reality, mostly because of the continuous Zionist and Israeli influence inside of the United States, which is pretty strong. And this dual loyalty rapidly came against Donald Trump's popularity and his support from groups such as MAGA because it felt like a threat or a direct betrayal against his whole idea of America First. This comes now, for example, in the form of the exclusive Citizenship Act of 2025 proposed by MAGA Senator Bernie Moreno. The bill strikes, in a general sense, against dual citizenship, but most directly at the nuclei of Zionist power in the US because it's compelling individuals to choose a single allegiance and challenging the concept of dual loyalty, since Israel is, for example, the highest rate of dual citizenship of any United Nations member state. It also constitutes an attack on the migration issues, which critics argue implicates Israel's settlement policies. The bill is nevertheless not expected to pass, while it's considered unconstitutional and no clear path of passage. But it shows that North Americans are, in general, now finally realizing that Israel's cultural and political relationship with its partners is not based on a friend-enemy distinction that is most common in geopolitics, but a paradoxical embodiment of the master-slave dynamic, which is nothing short of the US's own geopolitical identity, but it now is revealing itself as something coming from both ways. This is also felt within Israel, with recent polls revealing a concern over the growing influence of the United States on their security decisions and not the other way around as it usually was. Netanyahu is scheduled to meet Trump in Mar-a-Lago in Palm Beach at the end of this month, the end of the year, to discuss the new steps to be taken in Gaza, including Trump's proposed second phase of pacification. It is still not clear how the cards are shown from each side, but there is this rising feeling that Trump's position is better than Netanyahu's, and that Netanyahu might have to dance according to Trump's plans because he gained a lot of momentum and a lot of sympathy for certain positions against Iran and in the Palestinian case with a ceasefire. And Israel is losing more and more credibility with its crimes against humanity finally being shown more and more to the public. For all intents and purposes, it does seem like the cards are more on the USA's side right now. And if that's so, then Trump has more and more of a reason to show support for his MAGA supporters and switch back to a former promise of America First and serving himself as one of the vessels of multipolarity. And this is what we must count on.